Eleanor Rigby picked up the rice in the church where her... Hi, my name's Chris Dangerfield and welcome to my channel. Oh, and my rather nice new graphics. Check it out. What an absolute waste of time. Oh, let's get the visuals going. I got a copyright strike yesterday for my visuals. Oh, silence. So yeah, I done a patron only video last night. Selected all my patrons. Oh, there's many of them. Oh, there's many of them. And pinged off the video, sat back thinking, oh yeah. And then after I'd sent the email, I got an email from YouTube going, no, fuck you, you copyright cunt. Yeah, blocked in every country. So all my patrons got an email. Hi, thanks for the pledge of money. Here's a dead link. How embarrassing. So I'm off to Cambodia in the morning. What does in the morning mean to you people on a recorded video? I'm off to Cambodia. Look, I've got about 8 hours to get ready, all right? So I thought I'd do a video about... I just done again, I've done it twice and been caught. I've just eaten some cecina de leon. It's a fine dry cured meat from Spain. And I got olive oil all around my fucking mush. And I just... I needed to wipe my lips, but instead of wiping my lips, you know, I could have picked up a tissue and just gently dabbed away. But no, have a look back when you're watching this. I actually went like that. I created a cleansing finger. I leant down and went like that. Why? Interestingly though, it's that kind of deceit I'm going to share with you today, because I, Chris Dangerfield, BA, MA, Esquire, can lie. Yes, that's true. One of my best friends said to me once, he went, can you lie? No, oh fuck, I killed it. He went to me, you lie quite a lot, didn't you? And I thought about it and I went, I can lie. He reminds me all the time. I was really trying to be philosophical, but also non-committal. You know, that's a good one, isn't it? I can lie. But via two examples, you'll see what I mean. This is bullshitting. This is out and out lies. But well, like I said, via example, hopefully you'll understand a little bit. I come from no money. I haven't got a lot now, but I come from fuck all. My mum used to tap me on the left shoulder when I had a bowl of soup in front of me. I'd turn round and she'd pour milk in my soup and then stir it. And by the time I come back, it was like an off sort of like a pastel shade of tomato soup. Not nice. I can remember my parents not eating so that me and my brother could eat. And my mum and dad grew mushrooms in old shoe boxes. Not magic mushrooms. Not magic shoe boxes either. Anyway, it's a bit... times are hard. So, when it comes to spending a lot of money, especially on real treats, I don't know what happens. I kind of kick into this weird sort of shame. It's working class shame and guilt for having a bit of money to spend. Weird, isn't it? Let me explain. So, look. There you go. So... I've been an Arsenal fan for quite a while. Not all my life. I got into football quite advanced in years. You know, most of my 20s were spent running around the estates trying to score. But I got into football quite late, and I come into a bit of money, and I thought, fuck it, I'm going to get a season ticket. Because I found out the season tickets for Arsenal have got about a 10-year waiting list. But I found out they released a load of debenture bonds. These bonds that they use to raise money for the new stadium. And if you could get hold of one of these, you could jump to the front of the queue. Now, I think that added to the guilt as well, this idea that throw money at it, you can go to the front of the queue. People have been waiting literally decades to get their season ticket. And because I come into a bit of money, I could go, out the way, please, proletariat. I'm coming through. I have cash. Let me through. So I think that might have added to it. And... So I went onto the Arsenal website. I found out about this debenture business. I found one on fucking eBay of all places. I mean, they're quite hard to get hold of. They're in demand. I found one on eBay. It was a few £1,000s as well. Snapped that up, and he said, just ring up Arsenal, tell them about that. They'll need to, you need to prove you own it and all that nonsense. Anyway, so I got distracted by her. She's always hello, I have an Arsenal debenture, don't you know? old. Hey, oh, look at him though. Jesus, man. Trinidad. Anyway, sorry, absolutely distracted. I'm to this day, a beautiful woman will distract me, certainly. So I went on the Arsenal website, and they've got a bit of software where you can view, you can select your seat and see what the view is like. And I thought, fuck it, I'm going to spoil myself. And I got a seat on the halfway line, halfway up the crowd, about 5 rows behind the cameras. There's an example of how good a seat it is. It's behind the cameras, and obviously the cameras will be in the best place in the ground. And so I selected all my stuff and that based on this software, and I've rung up and I went, hello, yeah, I'd like to buy a season ticket, please. And he went, he said, are you on the waiting list? I said, oh no. And I felt it. I felt the guilt. I went, nah. I didn't even do that because I was feeling shamed. I was feeling guilty. I went, oh no, I've got a debenture bond. And it was almost certain in my mind, but when I heard his response, it was like he went, oh, all right then. He probably didn't. As if he gives a shit. He was like, he probably went, yeah, okay. But in my head, he was like, oh, right. Oh, yeah, one of them, are you? Flash Harry. So I said, yeah. He said, well, do you know what seat you want? And I said, yeah, like, what was it? Like block 90, row 10, seat 7 or whatever. And they are not my details, so please don't bomb me. Just please don't bomb someone else trying to get me. And he said, okay. And weirdly, he went, now, they are some of the most expensive seats in the stadium. He said that, and it kind of threw me, because after club level, if you know anything about modern football stadiums, club level is one where you get to sit inside with a huge window. There's televisions in there. They give you food and champagne. There's someone in there to tell you what side is Arsenal and all, all that sort of thing, and what the score is when you're just on the phone to someone else because you're not interested in football. They're essentially corporate seats. So after club level, my seats are some of the most expensive in the stadium. And so he told me that, and I went, as soon as he said to me, oh, well, no, he didn't say all, he just went, right, they're the most expensive seats after club level. And it just hit me, the guilt, on top of the debenture, just not knowing. I hadn't been trained in having money. And so there was all this sort of, all this guilt and shame I grew up with, and all this, for years I couldn't even go into a restaurant without thinking I was doing them a favour. It's fucking nonsense. I can assure you I'm over that now, though. Fucking cook it, love. So when he said they're the most expensive seats, it flipped. And this shit happens to me loads in life. And I suddenly stepped out of myself, and I'm now looking at myself on the phone. Not like a hallucination. I'm not saying I was astrally projection. I wasn't astrally projecting, but I was almost observing myself as my unconscious took over. And if you know anything about repression theory and trauma, my unconscious is where it's created from all your pain, all your trauma. That creates your unconscious. So it's almost correct that I was watching my Wonder Woman. I was almost watching my unconscious take over, and it said this. It said to the bloke, well, you see, the thing is, mate, my granddad died last year, and I'm watching this, and I'm like, what? Why are you saying this? This is unnecessary. You could just go, nah, that's all right. It would have been that simple. Yeah, that's fine. I could have just went, yeah, that's fine. But no. Oh, well, you see, the thing is, sir, my granddad died last year, and in his will he said, I want to leave Chris a load of money on the understanding that he spends it on an Arsenal season ticket, and only if it's the best seat in the house. I said that to him, and I'm watching myself say it, and I was like, what the fuck, Jesus? And he went to me, oh, wow. What a lovely story. And I went, yeah. He went, was he an Arsenal fan? I went, oh yeah, all his life. Yeah, loved him. Yeah. Yeah, he used to go to Highbury when he was knee-high to a grasshopper. Loved him. Got me into it. Took me to my first match. Oh, I am elaborating and embellishing. I'm a professional comedian. I'm a performer. I know how to embellish. It's not necessary when you're buying a fucking season ticket, though. I'm surprised I didn't say where you're from, mate. Your wife? You married? Oh my God, she said no. So weird. Oh, we loved it up the Arsenal. We really did. He died after the match on Thursday. Anyway, all this nonsense, chatting away, talking about it, going on. In the end, I've just done another snide wipe. What the fuck is going on? Fuck it, just... It's because I'm talking about childhood repression and trauma. It's all coming out. This is shame-o-vision. Tune into my guilt. So, paid for my ticket. He said it'll come through in the post in a couple of weeks. Well done, nice one, sweet. End of story. Got off the phone, forgot about it. A few hours later, phone rings. Unnecessary. You know how a phone goes, don't you? It rings. So the phone rings, I pick it up. Hello? Hello, is that Mr. Dangerfield? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is he. Hello, this is Arsenal Public Relations. All right. And I'm thinking, oh, what's happened? Problem here? And they went, yeah, one of our receptionists passed on your story about your granddad, and we'd like to feature it in the program, the opening program of the season. And I'm thinking, oh shit, and I'm like, who, he, and they went, I mean, if we could get some photographs, maybe talk to you about it, because what a story. I'm having to think on my feet. Weird how when I told the initial lie, I couldn't stop talking. But when I need to lie, no, I don't know what to do, and I'm like, well, the thing is, we're a very private family. Oh no, he wouldn't have liked that. Not old Grandad Neville. No, not Grandpapa Neville. No. I said we're just a very private family. He said, oh, that's a shame. You sure? And I was like, oh yeah. Now a bit of me, I must admit, thought, go for it. Get a picture of an old man off Google. Photoshop an Arsenal scarf on him, me as a kid next to him, and it would have been funny. It would have been it could have been a funnier story than this one. But the concern is getting caught, and it's in print, and I hang around with a lot of Arsenal fans, and imagine all the people sitting around me every week. It'd have been, here comes Grandad liar. I'd never lived it down. So now I just went, no, we're very private. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Bye. Okay. That was like 9 years ago. When I started making these videos about a month ago, now I know it's hard to believe it was just a month ago with the huge amount of subscribers I've got. About a month ago, I got a new computer. I got a new system. I was doing my original ones on a little laptop, and it was like a wind up just to get it going. So I bought a new computer, and I talked to a few people, and they said, get a gaming computer. Because at some point I want to make videos, not just these to camera. I want to edit videos and things when I've got a bit more time. And I was told, get a gaming computer, because a gaming computer will basically be a very good computer for chopping up videos. And they're expensive, so I got that. And when it all arrived, I work on 2 monitors. I need 2 monitors to do this shizzle. This here is going on in my other monitor now, and I am watching myself and this in my... It's not important. But I couldn't get the 2 monitors working, and I get a bit weird. I need shit instantly. When my new computer arrived, I was buzzing. When I didn't have 2 monitors, it wasn't perfect, it wasn't right, and it was about 5 o'clock, and I knew that the computer shops up on Tottenham Court Road would be closing. So I've quickly thrown some clothes on. This is after I've spent 5 hours setting it all up. My room's full of boxes. I'm going a bit crazy, really. I get a bit agitated. I just want it fucking working. And I've got a job to do as well as the videos, and I need my computer working. So I've run up there, got sandals on and a scarf for me hat. Got up there and I went, hello mate. I said, and this is it again. I should have just said, look, hello. I need to get my 2 monitors working and they're not. How do I do it? But instead of just saying that, this is what happened. I said to him, I've got 2 monitors, but it's not working on my computer. Can you help me? And then he said, what computer is it? Now I didn't know, but I'd taken photos of all the graphics card, the motherboard, the boxes and all that, so I could tell him. But again, suddenly I thought, how weird that you spent that much money on a computer and you don't know anything about it. How spoiled are you? And all the guilt and all the shame came back up. And instead of just, oh, she's lovely and she's delightful. Instead of just saying to him, oh mate, no, I'm going to start making videos, so I bought a new machine. That's all I needed to say. I said, and again, I've stepped back from myself and I saw it happening and I was like, no, don't do this. Do not do this again. And let me turn my mic down a bit. I just saw myself and I went to him. Well, the thing is, mate, my son, I ain't got kids. My son My son, he loves playing those computer games. And he's been on this shitty old system for a long while, so I thought I'd treat him. I'll treat him to a brand new gaming computer. And one of the other staff members has perked up and come over and went, oh, well, I'm really into gaming, what is it? So I showed him the photos, he went, oh, fuck me, that's a lovely machine, that is. And I was like, oh, fuck. He went, what kind of games does he play? I have not got a clue. I know nothing about this. What am I going to tell him? Games for my ZX 48K Spectrum from 1983? So my head's just going, I'm just thinking, think adverts. And I've just sort of gone, Black Ops? Black Ops? Yeah, Black Ops. Loves Black Ops. And he said something like, he threw more shit back at me. And I was like, yeah. And then more. Now I'm chatting to them about my son. I went, because suddenly I started feeling embarrassed that my son was a computer geek. He was like a gamer. I didn't want a son being a gamer, not just a gamer. How embarrassing. And I felt embarrassed for my lie son. So then I went, he doesn't only play games though. I went, he loves his sport. He's always playing sport. There's two blokes listening to me defending the son I don't have, and I'm back for myself just going, no, don't do this, do not do this. And oh no, but I'm still there, my unconscious is having a field day. And he went to me, oh, what sports does he play? I went, football, he plays on the Sunday League team. And they went, hey, and he went, oh, my son plays Sunday League. And I'm like, oh, really? And he went, what age group? I don't know what age groups. Not having a son, I don't know what age groups the Sunday League are. And I went to him. Oh, the young ones, the young kids playing football on a Sunday. Oh, he's chatting about that. He went, didn't they get serious? The parents. I went, oh, I'm terrible. Oh, I'll be shouting. But no. And then I felt weird. And then I felt like, hang on, he's not even a dedicated gamer, and you've just bought in this incredible system. This is awful. And then I went, yeah, but in truth, we've had a hard couple of years, really, the family. And he went, oh, what, is this for Christmas? And then I let reality affect things. I'm going to Cambodia for Christmas. I'm going tomorrow morning. So I've dropped that in. I went, no, it's not for Christmas. I went, we're going to Cambodia for Christmas. And then I thought, fucking hell, I've spoiled him. He's not a gamer and he's got a proper gaming rig. And we're going to Cambodia, so I've gone back. And I went, yeah, like I said, we've had a hard year, man. I mean, his uncle died, his nan died. And these two blokes going, oh man, what, 2 deaths in a year? That's hard. Oh yeah, I mean, and I went, he's a good kid, he's a good kid. I like him. And then I'm thinking, what, I like him? What, my son, obviously. I'm like, yeah. And I said, so the thing is, he's coming back from school in a minute, so that's why, because I'd run up there, I was sweating, I had my sandals on, hat, scarf and sandals, didn't make sense. And I'm like, so that's why I'm all in a rush and all sweaty and that, and because I want to get it sorted before he gets home. So he sold me this little lead that would split the monitors or something, and I went, all right, nice one, bye. Come back home, plug the lead in, didn't work. Wrong lead, wrong monitors, wrong fuck knows. I don't know anything about computers. And I'm like, shit. And I know they're going to close and I want it sorted now. I want it for that night. I want to be making videos. I need work. I've got to do work. So I've sprinted back up there. Halfway up there, I realised I've got one trainer on, one sandal this time. Lovely. Nice look. Great. Got halfway there, Chris. Good work. So I've turned up with one fucking trainer and one sandal, hat scarf. Now really sweating. Gone back in there. No, mate. That one hasn't worked. And he's like, well, what monitors have you got? I don't know. So I'm just going, look. And I get the photo out of the graphics card so that you can see what ports it's got on it. Chatting away. He starts talking about my son. He went, my mate, he's well jealous your son's got that machine. And I'm like, oh, yeah. I went, he loves it. I mean, I'll probably end up playing games with him and all that. And he started asking me more. And I thought, you know what? This is bullshit. This is nonsense. And I thought, I'm going to tell him. I'm better than this. I'm going to tell him it's all just bullshit. Because I cannot keep this shit up. And I went to him while he was fiddling around on the till. Because he got the lead I needed while we were gabbing about my lovely son who's had a terrible couple of years. I went, I haven't really got a son. It's my computer. But he didn't look up. He didn't register it. And I just thought, shit. And I made sure the other bloke weren't listening. I thought, okay, fuck that. And then I went, he's going to be so happy. And he looked up and he went, you just said you haven't got a son. And then it was just the most awkward sight. I was just like, Yeah, I went, hopefully this will work. Anyway, hopefully this will work. Took that lead home. Still didn't work. Had to go back. Fuck it, I saved it for the next morning. And luckily got served by someone else. Weird, isn't it? I'd like to say it's weird the way we as humans behave, but I have to take credit for that. I don't know. So we do some weird things in our life. I remember when I first studied Freud and I learnt about the unconscious and the conscious and the way how repressed ideas, repressed traumas are pushed down and they create our unconscious, and how the unconscious by definition is unconscious. We are not conscious of it, how it works and when it will step in. And man, can my unconscious step in some weird situations. Anyway, look, I'm off on holiday tomorrow. I'm going to try and get some videos done. Thank you to my patrons. If you want to donate, even $1, links in the description. Like I say, won't be taking all my equipment out to Cambodia, but I will try and make some videos. Thanks for listening. Bye bye from me, my granddad, and my son. He's had an hard year.